Hi, my name is Echo, or well, Lifeless Echo. If you're really old, you might be know me as Confused Jackson, or if you're really old, you might know me as my very old DeviantArt user Kathy, without the A. The A was an X, because I decided to be quirky, I guess. And welcome to my channel. I've never made a talking long form video like this, especially with like a speed paint. I don't think I've ever posted a speed paint. No, that's a lie. I have definitely posted a speed paint before, but that was like in a really old account, and I took it down. Yeah. Ooh, I don't think I even have the art piece anymore. 'Cause I know what the piece was, but I don't think I have it anymore because I did lose a lot of my art because as I've switched devices because I'm dumb. I don't know how to fucking I don't know save my pieces. But I digress. I'm getting off topic, anyways. But yeah, I was also on Sonny Sketch. If anyone remembers that, I love that fucking app. But oh well, can't have good things anymore. And if you've been on my YouTube channel before, then you might know me from my blue hair animation meme, which for some reason the last I checked had like 37,000 views, I think, which is like, why? Why does it have so many views? Like, huh? How? Why? I have questions. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, a crazy achievement from mine, but why? I mean, hey, I have been planning on remaking it purely because it's so popular. It somehow blew up. Well, in my eyes, it blew up. It's like 2 years old as well. I remember watching it blow up live, like constantly like checking my YouTube. I think it's called YouTube Studio, and seeing it climb. And I'm like, what is happening? What is happening? It's not even that good of my art, but hey, I'm not gonna complain. Maybe I'll have my big moment again and just go boom. Yeah, a girl can dream, or a boy can dream. I can dream. Oh god. But yeah, I'm Echo. I'm old as fuck. Old to the point I don't even have a 1 in front of my age anymore. I have been doing art for the past 12 years. I started around when I was 8. So I have a very distinct memory of starting at around 2nd grade, which is 8 years old in Estonia. I know it depends on the country, but that's how we do it here. A little about me, because I've never done something like this, so I decided to do a little introduction before I get into whatever the fuck is going on in the background right now. But yeah, I'm Estonian. I have a full-time job. I work as a baker, which I know crazy. I really like MLP. I like Formula 1, and I've been dabbling in other motorsports. My favorite driver is Max. On the current grid and overall, Max is my favorite, but a very close contenders are Kimi Räikkönen, Alex Albon, Daniel Ricciardo. I'm still mourning. And I also really like Logan as well. Still mourning as well. If you couldn't tell, I like heartbreak. I like to torture myself. I mostly dabble in digital art. I have been doing so since I think I was like 10. I haven't done this long as I've done traditional art, but now I don't really do traditional anymore. The most I'll do is like a sketch, but I have been thinking about investing in traditional art more, and like, I don't know, I'm not sure I'd paint though. I'm not really a painting kind. I've done painting before, but I like painting on things, like, I don't know, old toys and stuff like that, because I've done that. But other than that, painting isn't really my thing. But maybe. I'm more interested in markers and colored pencils. I really like doing colored pencil art. Here's a piece that I did as like a art history final project a couple of years back. I'm still proud of that piece. I've been thinking about making a digital version of it. Anyway, I've studied visual media, which is like graphic design and videography, photography, also a certain extent I've learned how to print, like on different machines and different kinds of stuff. I've even made like a little portfolio, like a physical portfolio. Still very proud of that. I feel like I'm doing a lot of just kind of random yapping, kind of not really actually talking about myself, but it's still kind of about myself, I guess. I am very much, I wanted to say that I'm very much a rambler type, but that also kind of depends on who I'm with. I'm usually the quiet friend, I guess. I like to listen to my friends talk and yap about everything and anything and rant about their problems and like whatever is going on throughout their day, and I'm just kind of listening like it's a podcast, which I like. I like to listen, but I also like to go on tangents, especially when it comes to my OCs or a special interest or whatever. Like my special interest one right now is F1. I got into it around last year, right before Miami. I even remember, I remember exactly what it was because I did not watch Miami. I was way too fucking tired and I could not bring myself to stay up to watch Miami, so I ended up knocking out before the race even started. But I do remember waking up and seeing my phone being full of that Lando got his first Grand Prix win. That was a magical moment. I kind of low-key wish I watched it. Kind of regret it, but I don't also, because I think I did have work. And I definitely had work because I started working alongside school in October of 2023. So yeah, it makes sense. Oh well, whatever. I am a very big fan of plushies. I collect them. I have many. I frankly don't think I can count them. Last time I did, I had I'd say around 20, but it's been a while since I last counted and I've gotten more. I have a cat who is Tupsu, and well, that's her Estonian name, but I guess if Tupsu doesn't work, you can also call her Fluffy, because apparently that's kind of what it means, But there's also Jensen, my little rabbit. Well, it's Jensen, but as a joke, we ended up naming him the full, the Jensen, the first F1 driver to press the DRS button. Because haha, that's so many middle names. Okay, we thought it was funny. My brother thought of the idea of naming him after an F1 driver, and then I don't remember which of us came up with the idea to name him Jensen, and then add all that at the end. I legit don't remember, but whoever it was, I love them, even though I don't love myself. But okay, anyways, but yeah, because I do plan on making this a thing, where I'll have a little speed paint going, and then I'll just kind of talk over it, either something associated with the speed paint, or I just kind of go on a random. I guess I'm kind of a commentary YouTuber, aren't I? Huh. Well, I did grow up watching commentary YouTubers, like Mimulus, James Marriott. Suddenly, I don't remember any other that existed. Well, okay, James is no longer a commentary YouTuber, really. Which is crazy to think about. I really wanted to go see him perform in Poland in December. I think it was December. But I can't, sadly, because he's not coming to Estonia, so yeah. To be fair, I don't know if there's a lot of James Marriott fans in Estonia, so but yeah, kind of sad. Maybe next time when he's in Europe, I will be able to go watch him, because I've been watching him for a long time. I started back in the day when he made songs about Lele Pons and Jojo Siwa, and he fucking wow. And he didn't even wear glasses then. It's crazy. Anyway, back to my own fucking topic. But yeah. Hi, that's me. An artist who can't fucking who can't stay on topic, I guess, who likes to go on little tangents. I keep repeating myself as well. I'm gonna get so sick of it. I might just cut some pieces off. Also, if it wasn't already obvious, I am doing this full improv. Like, I have nothing written down. I did think about like making some bullet points so I'd stay on topic, but I thought, fuck that. I am way too lazy for that. I'm just gonna ball it. maybe that's better. Maybe, it feels more natural, I guess. But so I am gonna like hopefully cut out the pauses. I don't know. I'm gonna be using DaVinci to edit this. I have used it before a little bit, but yeah, gonna be doing that. Anyways, might as well get into the actual what's going on in the speed paint. I have no idea how far I am as I am recording this audio because I'm doing this completely separate to the fucking speed paint. Because, well, the speed paint's done already. I completed it last night after work. Yeah, I don't know why I decided to do it after a fuck-ass 11-hour shift. I'm saying 11, though, because it was inventory. Last night, it was inventory. So I couldn't do a lot, and I ended up kind of winging everything else after 3. Because, like, well, they had already started and I couldn't really make anything else, so I just kind of did everything else. I, like, cleaned the ovens and, like, made boxes, and I was still extremely tired afterwards because, well, I had been awake since like, about 4:30 a.m? Yeah, because we started at 6. Yeah, insane. I'm going on a random tangent again. Oh my god, okay, speed paint. Jesus. So, this is a redesign. I'm redesigning my Ponysona again, because like I mentioned earlier, I like MLP, but I also like to draw MLP. That's like the thing I started on. I started on MLP, but then I went on to humans, but I still continued drawing MLP. I like drawing rainbow gay horses. Sue me. Anyways, so this is my Ponysona, who has gone through many reiterations throughout the years. I might even throw up the old reference sheets here. All of them that I can't find, obviously. But yeah, ponies. This is Erebus. Yeah, Erebus. It's a Greek name. It's the if I'm correct, I might be fucking wrong right now, but it's the god of darkness. Why did I choose this name? Honestly, no idea. Low-key don't remember why I chose it, but I like it, so I'm keeping it. He's a witch that lives in the Everfree Forest. Most of my designs were very much based off of me. He is still kind of based off of me. But it's more like, now it's more things I either have liked about myself in the past, or kind of things I would love to see on myself as well, like a combo of both. So a bit about Erebus. Like I mentioned before, he's a witch in the Everfree Forest. He originally lived in Ponyville with his parents and his brother, and really wanted to pursue magic, because, well, he's a unicorn. But, frankly, his parents did not have, parents, it ended when they were young. He lost his father, much like I did. Trauma dump. But his mother couldn't afford him for what the hell? His mother could not afford to send him to Canterlot to study in Celestia School. And even though Erebus really wanted to, because Erebus loved studying and doing magic, so since she couldn't afford to send him there, he ended up being self-taught. He learned a lot through books, going to the library, and experimenting. Does this mean he has done a lot of oopsie daisies? Yes, but that's kind of the fun in learning stuff. That's also why he has a different color. He has like these markings. The blue markings came from like a magic accident he had. The black markings are kinda, in my headcanon, the black markings, except the big one on his back, but like the tattoo, the ears, a lot of it has come through tattooing. Because do ponies tattoo? It's like kind of their fur though. So would it be dyeing? I don't know the logistics of pony tattooing. Let's just say tattoo, even though logistically it doesn't make sense, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong though. Why am I trying to put logic? It's a fucking rainbow horse that does magic. I don't think there's anything realistic about this. Anyways, I'm going off topic. So Erebus, yes, studies magic on his own. Ended up when they were like a young adult. He ended up not young adult, more like a teenager, I'd say. He went stumbling around the Everfree Forest to find plants to make, use in his experiments and his like spells. Low-key should not have done that. Everfree Forest, spooky, scary for a fucking reason. Ended up stumbling while running. Ended up stumbling upon where Sakura lives, and meets Sakura, and then he ends up studying under her wing, and learning a lot about what she does, her way of like making stuff. Also kind of studying more magic, living into the true witchiness of living in the woods, Well, he doesn't live in the woods at first. He still he kind of travels back and forth, even though it's high-key dangerous. But he ends up studying in the forest. I'll get more on his backstory a bit later, but right now I'm going to just focus on the design a bit, which kind of shows you that I am not scripting this as well. It's probably pretty bad that I'm not, focusing one and then focus on the other, but I feel like I kind of want to flip-flop. Otherwise, I'm going to get bored, so yeah. So basically, the design. Blue hair pronouns. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. So he has blue hair with, like the pink or magenta-ish coming from the front, which is based off of a hairstyle that I had, even though I had more like a mostly blue, partially pink on one side, but some of the pink ended up going on the other side because of the way I was styling my hair. And I love that hair. I still love it. I high-key miss it. I don't have it anymore. I'm blonde right now, so I've grown out my hair, but I am very tempted to go back to the blue and pink moment here, because it was so pretty. I love that hair. Oh, I miss it. He has some piercings on his both of his ears. I don't have piercings currently, at least. I do plan on getting some in the future, but yes, he has piercings. I guess it's kind of basic. I do like wearing clip-ons. I do like earrings, but I'm not ready to commit to piercings yet, which is kind of funny from what I'm about to say. If you notice, actually I don't know how far I am into the video anymore, so I'm not sure if it's on the hoof yet, but one of his hoofs has like a tattoo moment of like a star and some swirls. This is because I have tattoos. I will say one of his hoofs has like the bandage going on, and that's because I am very prone to hurting my right wrist specifically, because of my very much manual labor job. But yeah, tattoos, because I have tattoos. I have on my leg and both on my arms. Okay, that sounds like I have a lot of them, but it's like one big one on my right arm, a small tiny one on my left. It's like more on like the inside of my forearm, and then I have two big ones on my fucking left leg. Oh, what was that noise? What the hell is wrong with me? But yeah, I debated on giving him tattoos on all of his hooves, but I decided against it because I wanted to leave his flanks blank to highlight that he does not have a cutie mark. Wow, I can transition. I wanted to highlight that he does not have a cutie mark. Why is that, you might be asking? Isn't he studying to be a witch? Yes, he has studied to become a witch, but he still isn't sure what he wants to do with his life. It's kind of like the point I am currently in with myself, because I have these options in my head of what I could do in the future, but I just don't know what I want to do actually. It's kind of like, oh, I have a job already, but is that what I want to do for the rest of my life? I kind of want to do something with, what I studied, especially like I really like videography and filming. I like that shit. Maybe something with that. But then again, I also would love to do something with my art, because I've been doing it for so incredibly long that, it's like there's these options in front of me, yet I don't know which direction to take. So I'm just kind of, stuck in the middle looking at these options that I have. And that's why I didn't give him a cutie mark, because I don't even know what to do with myself. But if you noticed, from my old previous designs, I actually did have a cutie mark design. I used to have it, but yeah, I ended up deciding against having one. Also because, okay, the big reason is not knowing what I want to do with myself. But like, a smaller reason why I didn't end up giving him a cutie mark as well is because I couldn't think of anything that I liked. So yeah, that's also a reason why he doesn't have one. Yeah. The previous iteration of Erebus, it hasn't always been Erebus. Most of the time, my Ponysonas have ended up having like whatever like my online name was, or like the name I like to go by. Like, it used to be Kathy, then it went to Jax or Jackson, and now it's Erebus. I don't think I had a pony that was called Echo like me. I just went to Erebus. Like, all of my some sort of persona does not have my name, because I want people to be able to differentiate between the character and me. Also, if like my voice sounds kind of weird, it's because I'm not talking very loudly. It is currently 7:22 a.m. And my brother is asleep in the other room. My mom is currently not home, so I'm just kind of doing this as because I'm too scared to record while anyone's home. Okay, I'm a little bit of a wuss. Sue me. But yeah, Erebus, it's really poorly. What was it? Oh, colors. I was talking about colors. His co-colors are a bit more, in a way, muted. I kind of ended up making them a bit cooler, because in my eyes, it would make more sense for him to be a bit more cooler, especially since he's, like a witch. Even though, yeah, whatever. But yeah, I wanted to make him cooler because in my eyes, it fit his character more. And I am a sucker for cool colors. I love blues, which is also something you will notice about this character, is that I really like my blues. Like the blue hair, the blue magic, the blue everything. I just like blue. I love blue. A lot of my sonas are mostly blue. Alton, who I'm gonna be, I don't know if I'm gonna like remaster his rough sheet yet. I'm actually really happy with his. I might just like draw him and introduce him still, because I'm still very proud of his character. I love him. I love his little backstory. He's great. But yeah, made him cool toned. I didn't use full blacks, I don't think, if I remember correct. All of them are some sort of off black. I like the little sash has like silly little pins. If you know. His Erebus's first iteration had like this like chunky, slightly short tail. That kind of looked like the idea was to make it kind of look like a gemstone. I no longer really like that, so I ended up giving him like the tail that I like to give all my unicorns, which is like this skinny tail with like a tuft of hair in the end. And in my headcanon, the length varies on how strong the unicorn and how old the unicorn is. What else? Yeah, he wears glasses. I don't know if I mentioned that already. I'll probably just cut out whatever is irrelevant in post. Yeah, has the bandage because the hoof hurts, like my wrist does a lot of the time. His magic is blue, because obviously it's blue. And since I like wings, but I didn't want to make him an alicorn, but I still wanted him to be a unicorn. So I decided that he would make himself wings with magic that he can travel with. It does take a lot out of him though, it tires him out a lot, but he still likes to travel like that sometimes, especially because he's claustrophobic and gets motion sick. So he would prefer not to take vehicles around, like trains and stuff, because I get motion sick. And I have to take the bus to work every time I go to work or anywhere in the city, so love my life. It's awesome. But yeah, blue eyes. I have blue eyes, even though they're a bit more gray. And I think that's like the main components explained. But yeah, a bit more about his backstory then. As he grows up, he ends up, living in the forest. The more he studies with Sakura, he still visits his family in Ponyville from time to time and likes to visit Ponyville overall because he still likes Ponyville. He spends his day studying new magic, helping ponies that end up stumbling into Everfree. Also likes to sometimes try to make new medication with like the herbs and like the stuff he finds in the forest. He ends up being a very powerful unicorn with everything that he studied and learned, but because he never went to school for it, it's not always stable, and he doesn't become an alicorn or anything. He stays a unicorn, which kind of makes him sad because he would have loved to pursue magic more seriously, but well, he's also like happy with where he's come so far, doing his little own thing, helping others, and becoming powerful. But like in the timeline where he exists alongside the main six, he would be like a background character at most, I think. Maybe he like help out in an episode or two because he does know magic, much like I don't know, Starlight and Sunset Shimmer. Helps out with magic, does stuff, but yeah, mostly still not that well-known character, kind of just in the background. I don't know, sometimes you'll see him walking around, I don't know, walking into a pole or something. I don't know. Oh no. But yeah, I think I mentioned everything I wanted to mention. See, this is the issue with me not writing down what I wanted to talk about, because now I'm kind of left wondering if I've mentioned everything I wanted to mention. Because instead of making my life easy, let's just make it harder. But I think that's everything. Went like off topic, went on random tangents, and had like the most fucking unorganized layout of the video ever. Yeah, I might try to actually make some sort of like at least like a list of points of what I wanted to talk about, and then for the next one, because I don't know, like in theory it shouldn't be that bad, it being like kind of flip-flopping around, but I think in theory it would be better to have it kind of more organized, not me repeating myself like 30 times. To be fair, the repeating is not gonna stop. I have a very bad habit of repeating myself and repeating words a lot. I get called out on it sometimes. It's embarrassing as fuck, but I don't really stop myself either. If my voice sounds odd from time to time, don't question it. Please don't question it. I don't know what I'm doing, man. Thank you for listening to this. Thank you for watching. I think I already said thank you, but I'm just gonna say thank you again. Thank you. I hope to make more of these. I plan to make more of these. Maybe, talking about more of my OCs, maybe talking about just, I don't know, F1. I would love to make a video about just yapping about F1 though. Like, maybe even have my brother's input on it, on some stuff I want to talk about, because, you know, he's also a big fan. I say also a big fan, he's one of the reasons why I got into the sport. He became a fan, like, a couple years before me. Yeah, because I would love this to be like a way to introduce my OCs, because from what I read is that like ref sheet is or is getting shut down, you know, the website for like character reference sheets. I do have a toy house, but the idea of, you know, coding on toy house makes me want to rip my head off, because I've done front end and back end because I had to study it. I absolutely hated everything about it. I hate coding so much. So I would like to avoid Toy House completely. I hate Toy House. Okay, sue me. I do have some of my characters on there though. I might still add like, you know, my OCs there, but like beyond that, no. I can't. I can't bring myself to do it. I just can't figure it out. Even though like people could be like, oh, just use templates and look up how to use templates. No, I tried. I really tried. I still couldn't do it. I don't know how, but I failed. I'm embarrassing. But yeah, tune in again if you wish. I'd love to have you here. Hopefully it'll be a good time. Hopefully this will intrigue you to stay. And yeah, I'll see you around whenever I post again. Bye bye.